when I'm fucking high. My whole crew like the sun, cause we on the rise. So don't you dare compare us with them other guys. My Johnny got depth, your girl says I'm Mordecai. And for
what's the good old motherfucking deal? I'm your host, Jnew, and this is Back to 900. And today we're going to do it a little bit differently. Not going to be me doing the interviewing. Manloke is going to interview me. So let's get to it, man.
So we here with the CEO, the mind, the mogul, soon to be mogul, of chasing a dream. And you know, we're gonna start this off a little bit, just a little background of just you. You know what I'm saying? We want to talk about you and where you come from, and then we're gonna get to some other questions about music.
Well, just another cat born in San Pedro, California, the end of the 110. I grew up on 15th and Cabrillo until I was about, I'm saying, third grade. And I took off and I moved to the other side of town by Capitol, went to Taper. So that's why I kind of have ties with, you know, people that went to Dana, people that went to Dotson, like, because I went to school with them. Like, my mom had this thing that she wasn't going to let me be a badass kid, so I'd have to go to summer school every year.
Okay.
Needless to say, going to summer school every year, you go to Dana. So you go back with your old homies, and they've all changed. You've changed. You guys all grown up, and you know, I cherish those days. Those Dana summer school. I used to love going to summer. My mom used to say, "You going to summer school this year?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah," because they was more likely I was gonna get myself into some shit, learn some new shit, meet some new people, new women. So going into Pedro High was just, I kind of knew everybody. I didn't, like a lot of people that went to Dotson when we walked in, they're like, man, how you know them? Like, well, I did go to school with them first. Like I've kept in touch. Like when it comes to like, you know, Fat and them, like I met them this side, Sherman and all them. And then when I went to Dotson, that's how I met Durbin and Fresh. And Durbin and Fresh were my best friends. So
okay,
you couldn't find me in, rest in peace, my homie Isaiah. Because when they all came 8th grade year, well, Matt and Isaiah kind of like changed my perspective in like the shit I was doing. Because back then I was more shy. I wasn't as open as I am now. So Durbin got me out of my shell with dancing. So we would go to parties and just battle niggas left and right. So like when Louis tells those stories of Jnew battling, like, that was really it, bro. Like I had
now you have some grooves. I've seen it before. Every once in a while,
I had the belt. It wasn't even a rhinestone. It was it lit up, and you could put your own text on
name
it.
In it.
So I used to have a gang of crazy ones, and like you know how you got served. Omarion Stopsing does the
the little pop.
So I would do it, but before I would do it,
you would show your belt.
The belt would say suck my dick. So I'd be with the suck my dick going across. So you know,
think about it.
That kind of opened me up a little bit more. And then from 8th grade, after I got let go because they don't call it being kicked out, it's not culminating. So from then to 9th grade, first day, I must have sparked up like maybe 7-8 inches, bro. So I showed up to school 6'1". I remember the biggest fool in Dotson was 6 foot already. His name was Ricardo, and he showed up to school and he's saying hi to everybody, and he's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck happened to you?" I was like, "Yeah, you ain't that big anymore, brother. Back up." So, but I was a 6 foot, 85 pound male in high school, so I wasn't big, and I never was. So, you know, I think going to Pedro High, it opened me up to like how it did you and did everybody. Like it opens you up to a whole different like mind frame. It
Yeah,
kind of
you start meeting new people.
you kind of see everything about like the separation with the whole street shit and with the whole like color shit. Like I remember people didn't like me, bro, because I was, I didn't hang out with the Mexicans.
Yeah.
I hung out with the people I grew up with, bro. That's who I grew up with. My best friend was Giovanni Wright. Shout out G. Respect the shooter. Like, and still to this day, bro, everybody asks, like, you see posts like, I've had a friend for 9+ years, 10+
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
And I post every time I see it, I say, but ain't nobody can say they have the same friend since kindergarten and still have the same relationship every time you see each other. Like,
there's not many people that could say that.
Nah, bro. Like, I seen him at rest in peace, Philip's funeral, and him and his mom, it was like never missed a beat. His mom was like, "Oh my God, I do remember you." And then like from there, like getting kicked out of Pedro. And I always say me getting kicked out of Pedro was the best thing for me because I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
I was just getting high.
You had all your homies there.
I did work though. So I've always had a job.
Okay.
Since the age of 15, my 9th grade year, my mom told me after 9th grade school shopping, all the shit I wanted, the kind of shoes I wanted, like, you want all that fancy shit, you want all that shit, you gotta have to get a job.
Go work for it.
So, yeah, so she instilled working into me, bro, since I was young. So, all I ever knew was, and growing up with my brother, man, my brother's LAPD, like, he's always been somebody I look up to the most. Like, I've always wanted to be just like, but in my own ways. Like, I would have never been a cop. I could, let alone I could have stayed in high school. There's no way, bro. Like,
but he's part of the motivation.
Yeah,
this
is fatherly motivation. Like, just to see that, to know that my brother since the age of 5 had told my mom he wanted to be a cop, and now at I believe he's 42, 43, he's going on almost 20 years of having a badge. Like, he lived out his dream. Like, even with his wife and my niece and nephews, like, he has the picture perfect life, bro. Like, if you think about it, like, everybody always talks about the white picket fence, the wife since high school, kids.
Yeah.
And he lives that. Like,
awesome.
And, even now, even with all this, like, he supports me 100%. He always asks me, like, I made a TikTok. Y'all don't see nothing. Like, what you doing? Like, you still doing it? Like, and he keeps me on my toes, and he always has. Like, and he's always been somebody I could lean on no matter what. So
is that part of the motivation when it comes to the name, as far as chasing the dream?
Chasing a Dream was originally FAB.
Okay.
Which was Feeling That Best Entertainment.
Okay.
And after a while, like the Fab and all that, think about Fab 5, Fab this, Fab that, I was just like, no. And so I had came up with the Chasing a Dream logo. It was actually, Chasing a Dream was going to be on the back of a hoodie with FAB in the front.
Okay.
So it was going to be like a low, like just like a normal, like, say Born and Raised came out with the Rams one. That was just going to be like something they did, like just one quick hoodie, bam. And Chasing the Dream kind of stuck with people. So I kind of ran with that. That's actually how I got my son's name. My mom was like, you should name him Chasin'. I was like, it's too close. And so we named him Chase. Yeah. So Chasing the Dream has just always been something that I've always believed in myself. Like, I've always walked to the beat of my own drum. My mom and my dad say it the bells. My grandma used to say it. My sister said it. Like, I've never gave a fuck what nobody says. I've always dressed in a different way. I've always dressed in my own fashion, my own look. I've always done my hair, my tattoos, everything has always been like, you've seen, like, I'll show up to, I've already been thinking about dyeing my hair color, and like, that's just something I do. Like, people have tattoos and they want to go on trips and shit when they feel like doing something different. I fuck with my hair. Like, and I fuck with, like, outfits. I'll go online and look at different shit, and everything always has to be different with me, bro. Like, I don't want to be seen like looking like everybody else. You feel it because you do the same exact thing. And I think that's why at times I message you so well is because I know I can walk in here with no judgment and vice versa, even though we both gonna give each other hell for what we're wearing no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it starts, though, man. Anybody influential, um, they always do something where people laugh at 1st and then they end up copying it.
Yeah.
That's just how it always goes.
Yep.
You know?
Like the same thing. Like I remember when everybody used to clown you for the Louboutins with the spikes. I wore the same thing for fucking 2 years, the same time, like a little bit after you. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like the trendiness. Like I've always done that, and you know, at 15, when my mom made me get a job, like my brother's always had this thing, and still to this day, this thing is 42 years old. He be sending me shoes that he wants. Like, if you get in line, get me them.
Yeah.
He's mad that I got the Gammas and didn't call him. I was like, man, I was only allowed to get one. Like,
Yeah,
he's
that's
like,
how
but
they
you
do
got
it
him.
now.
I was like, nah, but that's different. Like, I could get me and a grade school or me and a woman's.
Yes.
I was like, I can't get two of me. So, like, I used to steal his shoes to go to school.
Yeah.
Letting people know now, like, my favorite shoe I took from him was a Jordan 4 Spike Lee.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I wore those until he gave them to me.
Mm.
And then, like, the 13 lows, they were black and gold. Those
I
were
remember
hard.
those. They had the
So,
little gold,
the little
Jordan.
Yep.
It was like metal or something.
Yeah. So, like, everything, like, bro, the whole shoe culture came from him. My love for R&B came from him. Like, I used to remember every morning before he's over here doing his hair, and he was the type that slicked his hair back, but this motherfucker sat in front of the fan so it would get hard. Pause. And listen to different R&B music, loud as fuck. And my mom and them always, my dad too, never mind the loud music. They bought us all radios as we got older.
So
CDs, music.
you listening to R&B with your brother, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's probably where your musical journey started? Like, where did it actually start when you were just like, man, I like this, you know?
It has to be Usher, Nice and Slow, which is crazy for me to say because I was like 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
My mom and them had got me a karaoke machine. Well, a radio with a mic. And my sister-in-law, shout out Courtney, she bought me the Usher single. Forgot what other single. And then that's when I found out I could sing the first time. So that's when it started. Is a couple people heard me sing here and there, and then as a kid, and then I kind of didn't. I never, bro. I don't. Where I grew up, I went to Taper, I went to Dotson. There was nobody talking about like, I want to be a rapper, I want to be a singer.
Yeah.
Even in high school, like, shout out to CA, shout out to Conway, Yucky, like, and all them that were doing the rap shit back then, like, and Gary also.
Yeah.
And fucking Kyle, like, they were the only ones really pushing music. And shout out Johnny Boy, because my cousin used to give me his CDs when we played basketball. And, you know, I never thought about it until there was one day I walked from my house. Mind you, I lived by Target. And I walked over here to Bandini to Garrett's house. I'm walking up Summerlin, and bro, I get inside the house. Pam lets me inside the house, Bobby's mom, and all I hear is them doing music in the back, and I'm like, these niggas doing, bro? And I knew they did it, but I've never walked in on them doing it. And he walks in, and as soon as I walk in, he's like, Joey, get over here. I'm like, what? And he's like, sing this on this. So he gave it to me, and I sang the hook on this one song, and it had the Street Fighter. I still remember this to this day. Hadouken!
No.
So, and that song is still my favorite song to this day. Me and Garrett both want to try to find it and redo it. But
how old were you at this point? Right.
19, 20? Yeah, like 20.
Okay.
We weren't even 21 yet.
So that's when you made your first song.
Yeah. And it was
19,
that's
20.
when Jnew was Jnew was created, because Garrett was like, what name do you want me to put for it? I was like, I don't know, bro. He's like, Jnew. I was just like, all right, I get it. He was like, yeah, see, first letter, like first three letters of your last name. I was like, I fucks with it. Let's do it. And
so
the
Garrett,
only reason
Garrett is the one behind that name.
Garrett's the reason why Jnew and this persona, this person, this music mind is that all trickles down to Garrett. Garrett brought me into this shit. And still to this day, if I hit up Garrett and say I'm stuck on something writing or I'm stuck or I need help on this, like Garrett gives me clarity every time. So shout out to Boobie Blanco. I fucking love you, brother. But yeah, but Jnew, the name has changed over the years. Like at one point, I had looked up my name for one of the videos I did, and it ended up being some demonic ass white boy from like Carolina popped up, and I was like, that's not happening. So it had changed the Jnew F Nasty for
Jnew F Nasty is wild.
yeah, it was
still talk about that.
It was Jnew F Nasty for a bit, and then I changed it to Janie the Dub, and then it just came back to Jnew.
Give a little background because I know a little bit about it of how it became Jnew F Nasty.
So at the time, I'm hanging out with my boy Chunk, my boy Drew, Ruben, Nano, rest in peace, love you, brother. Vinny. There's a gang of us, bro, and they had already started this little like thing called Nasty Boys, and like at one point in time, me and Nano were just new to just being around them, and you know, club nights, we're over here, bing, 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 like, you know, fucking around, and finally they were just like, man, that's Jnew F Nasty, and me and Nano, rest in peace, went to, and shout out the homie Rudy, Favela, the one that did the support the hood shirts for me. Bro, that nigga had literally supplied us with jewelry and custom hoodies. It said Nasty Boys across the front. Mine said Jnew F Nasty across the bottom, and Nano's was Commando Nano. So he had Commando Nano big as fuck across the bottom. We had matching PF flyers. We had got some hats, some snapback hats done. Like, there's a picture of us where
not matching PF flyers.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy, man.
I have the picture in my phone.
I need the receipt. Yeah, I need to see that.
It doesn't have the PF flyers, but you can see that it was a bad news night for sure. And I'll put it on the fucking screen
That's crazy. Nah, with the matching PFs, damn, you look young as fuck right there.
I think I'm not even a King's hat, and that's a King snapback.
So at
no tattoos, nothing.
That point right there, you was doing music. You was rapping.
I was in and out. Yeah,
you was in and out. Like,
I was more trying to promote myself. I was out in the clubs a lot. I was doing stuff. So, you know, like that's when I first met. If it wasn't for Chunk, I don't meet Tyga. Because Chunk got kicked out the club and walked outside, and Chunk's over here smoking a blunt with Tyga. So it's just like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing?
Chunk would.
Bro,
Chunk would.
He's like, we walked out, we're like, what the fuck happened? They're like, he's like, I kicked out, man. Some fools were fucking with me. And I was just like, bro, you just went to the bathroom. Like, what the fuck were you doing? But he was outside, and same thing. Like, if it's not for the clubs in Hollywood, I don't know half these music people myself that I know. So, and that's when I would just promote myself, and I would still do it here and there, but I didn't get, because I had gotten into a relationship, so I was more worried about, you know, my son. Well, fuck it, I'm old enough now. My oldest was planned. So, and I fell in love quick, and we ended up having the baby, and then I wasn't really worried about music until he was about like 1.5. Then I would do it here and there. I have like 2 songs I did then. And then I just, you know.
So you've always had a passion for it.
I feel like my life's always gravitated towards
it. Okay. Yeah.
So like, even with the podcast stuff, like the reason I started this podcast was originally, like, you know, it was supposed to be a wrestling podcast. And I did the wrestling podcast. We did the trailer. We did 1 episode. And my co-host at the time didn't feel he could put his all into it
Yeah.
or give it everything. So respectively, he backed out, which is cool because it was kind of like I tell him all the time, you put the battery in my back. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
if him and my sister Brittany, shout out Brittany, hustle not handed, as I said on the back, like, if it's not for them two being down to do it when I brought it to their attention, this isn't what it is.
Man.
And coming from that little blue room where you guys can go back to that talk, watch episode 1 through like 20 and a lot of interviews, like that blue room was just a spark. And then it just, over time, shit happens, and I got to the point that we had to move up here. Like, there was no ifs, ands, or buts. Like,
Yeah.
the second room was cool, but it was big, but it was misshaped. And then
Yeah, no, I
that
remember.
one room was all wonky TV, all
Yeah.
wonky wall. So if we would have shot in there, like, we would have looked like we were fucking falling downhill or going uphill. So I was just like, man, when he gave me the opportunity for this, I had to jump on it. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. And, I think that's why we end up with Chasing the Dream Records, like, starting to do this, and like people asking, like, honestly, when I was thinking about doing podcasts, me and you had talked about it for years at Kenny's house, like doing one up there with the backdrop, but we just never really did it.
Yeah.
But when it finally came into picture, like, it was just supposed to be like how we're doing now, the comedy. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like times in the beginning we got more serious and got in depth with like serious shit, but realistically, people don't want to watch us two with other people be fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
stupidly serious. Like,
Yeah.
seriousness is always needed, but
Yeah.
I feel like they wanted the more comedic. And, when we got Kenny in here,
Yeah.
Dedrick Big Nose needs to get his big ass over here because he
Damn.
was great.
I really do miss his fat ass
Yeah.
nose.
Matt has always been great to have on here.
Yeah, whenever he's right.
Ray has been good in times. Some of his
Man,
stories.
Ray is reliable.
But
And
his
he's funny.
stories are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's funny. He don't
Like,
even know he's funny. He just be telling his own story, and it'll be hilarious.
All the guests we've had, like, shout out to Mari, shout out to Bounce, shout out to Scheme and Psycho. Like, I feel like music's just always gravitated to my life. Like, and, where I am now and how it is, it's just the beginning. But
Of course.
the journey's been like, I tell my family all the time, every last one of them, like, it gives me like anxiety at times dealing with it, but I wouldn't be happier.
Yeah, you love it.
Yeah.
This is something that you want to do.
And I might be a dickhead to you guys all the time, but it's because I genuinely love what we do. I genuinely love what was here. And I know that there's something there, and it's going to amount to something, because if it didn't, we would already jumped out and been done with this.
Yeah, for sure. So you started Chasing a Dream when we started, like, it was always in fruition in your mind, right?
Well, it was always my clothing brand.
Yes. So when you started the actual like music business aspect of it, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna keep that as your company, like, there's gonna be different things that Chasing a Dream is coming up with. But when you started the musical part, what motivated you to do that? What was the exact moment where you're just like, all right, I'm just gonna do it?
So I had always knew that this was either gonna this was supposed to always end up food.
Okay.
It was always supposed to end up a restaurant. This was just supposed to be the business to start a whole business, like, which, don't get me wrong, it's gonna end at a restaurant at one point in time. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But for right now, like, Chasing a Dream was actually brought to me by another artist by the name of Ham Sachi. He had asked me to manage his music and his music videos at the time. And I was down, and then, my cousin BJ, I heard his music, and it just was just like, I'm just gonna start a label, bro.
Yeah.
Because how am I gonna manage you, and what is it gonna be under, like? And we were gonna go under his clothing line's name, Heartless Cartel Boys, but I had already had Chasing the Dream, and he had made a little logo, and when he sent the logo, I was like, that's it, bro.
Yeah.
That's it. And BJ was the first one that I had to. Like,
Yeah.
there was family ties. He's a musical fucking genius when it comes to it. Like, when he's in there working by himself, he's so talented, and I give him props all the time. Him and Groovy Isaac, like, those kids, not even kids, they're men.
Yeah.
They handle their business, and they do it. Not all the times you guys do it fucking on time or correct, but you guys get the fucking job done. And I think it was always been, once it was started and it's been doing what it's doing, like, the one thing I always tell everybody is this whole thing is because of one person and one person only. And it was my grandma. She told me a couple weeks before she passed, like, we were out, it's before she got sick, like, we were out and about, we went to lunch, and I have a picture of her. I used to always have to sneak pictures of her because she doesn't like cameras.
Yeah.
So I have a picture of her, and it says my lunch date with a blue heart. And it's her sticking a tortilla chip in her mouth at Piñas on Western. And she always told me, you love cooking, do cooking. You love that watching those podcasts, do the podcasts. Like, she always told me to do what I wanted, and she always had the no filter. No, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to do what I want to do, say what I want to say, when I want to say it, and how I want to say it. So it's always been about her. Like, my like the song Soldier I did, the video, I say, Grandma, I still got promises to keep. And the one promise I made her when I got to say bye to her in her last breath, which you guys will see in the video of me holding her hand, that's the last time I talked to her. And I told her, don't worry, I got this. Because she always worried about me and Jaden.
Yeah.
And, like, what would happen if she that's what she would always gonna say. Like, she would always say, what's gonna happen when I'm gone? And I used to tell her, I don't want to hear that shit, Grandma. And I would get mad, bro, because it literally, I lived my whole life with my grandma. Like, I was able to enjoy my grandma from the moment I was born to I was about, it was ninth grade year. So until I was about 16, and she moved with my aunt for 2 years, and then she came back, and I had my grandma in my life my whole time, like, with my son. So I think chasing the dream has always been me keeping her dream alive of me doing what I love and what I want to do. So will things change for chasing a dream? Of course. Everything's always gonna change. Will it change for that stuck? Of course. Will it change for Jnew? Of course. But that's because my promise is not just one little promise. It's a promise I'm gonna take until I'm done. I will not stop until it's my last breath, because I promised my grandma that I would do this and I would take care of my family. And it's always my mom, my dad, my kids, my girl, my fucking brothers, their kids, my sisters, their kids, my cousins, everybody. Like, I don't care if there's been drama in the past, anything. I don't hold grudges. And it is what it is. Like, once I get to where it needs to be and I feel I'm done and done my best and done everything, even if I don't make it, I'm taking you guys with me. The ride has been great, and I hope you guys enjoy watching it, because this shit ain't done. Like, but chasing the dream will always be something that is entitled. It's tatted on my skin. The podcast is tatted on my skin. You can't think I'm gonna be done with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Man, that's man, we heard the beautiful motivation behind the name and behind your, your drive for this. You talked about BJ. Talk a little bit about Groovy Isaac. How did that come about?
So technically where it started BJ, Ham, YE, Rojo, J Cap. Someone else? No, that's it. So it was just us five.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac had been around a couple times, and you know, like we say all the time, Isaac. If you look at him, you wouldn't think, oh, he's a singer, like he raps
Nah,
anything.
he's dope.
Yeah. So, but the first time, a couple times, and I mean, he looks like a kid still, bro.
Yeah.
So the first couple times,
Minor.
BJ just said, "Can I bring my cousin?"
Yeah.
Yeah, fool. Sure. I don't give a fuck. You guys know I don't. If I trusted you to come here, and then I trust you with who you invite, and they've always been good with that. So he brought him, and after like 2-3 weeks, like Isaac had dropped something. I was like, listen, I was like, what the fuck? And I sent to the BJ. I was like, this your cousin? He was like, yeah, bro, he be doing music. I was like, bro, why don't you say something? And right then and there, I knew, because his sound and his voice, I was just like, yeah, this is something. And that kid right there, man, like I can call on him any point in time of the day. He's gonna answer, whether he's at work or not, or if he does, he'll hit me up right after. But I can call on him for anything, like if I need something done or I need to talk about something, like, and nobody else in the group's around to talk about it, I call Isaac. If I'm down here, I'll tell him, he'll come work by himself, or I'll sit there and work with him. Like, he's always been, for being 19 years old, I always say he's 19 years old. He has a girlfriend. He has a fucking job. He's going to school. He still does music consistently. He plays games. Like, this kid has a bunch of shit on his table and he gets it done, bro.
Yeah.
And when he does it, there's no half stepping. He does it all gas, no brakes. He's a fucking pain in my ass at times because he fucking a million and one questions. But like I said, a million and one questions is always great. But the one thing it is there has to be patience, because you can't rush greatness. And he's starting to get that little by little. But he's always been 110%. So shout out to his mom and dad for the grown man that they raised, because he's a fucking one hell of a fucking kid, bro.
So you have Groovy Isaac. You talked about Rojo, Drake, J Cap. Did they all kind of initially come together with BJ when
It was
it
kind of
came
like
to chasing the dream?
me and BJ talked about. So BJ's always been the ticket.
Yeah,
That's
for
why
sure. Yeah.
his name is, I labeled him in the beginning the City Trophy, because it's crazy to see the amount of people that love him and show him respect and
Yeah.
love his journey, love everything he's doing. So he's always been like, he's like Isaac, but he's more the one I'll call if it's like group decisions.
Yeah.
Like, me and him are going to talk it through and we're going to figure it out. So, you know, he had said, hey man, I got the homie Rojo. I didn't know about Rojo either. And
Yeah.
I had seen him and heard some of his shit because I had interviewed him. But after I interviewed him, I didn't really hear no more music from him. So once I heard his new music, I was like, oh yeah, get him in here. So that was pretty much a package deal. Rojo was pretty much a package deal with Ham.
Yeah.
And then J-Cap was with BJ. But I reached out to J-Cap myself because I had interviewed him too. Just right before that, bro. Like, I think I interviewed J-Cap right before that.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved his mixtape that he had dropped before that. And then I'd seen some of his videos. So I was just, it started off, I wanted to do everything for the city. It was supposed to be all Pedro, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you find artists and you find people that connect with one another. Like, Big Bank was brought by, technically, I heard about them from Matt.
Yeah.
Because when Matt did his little stuff in the garage, he interviewed them and did a mic drop.
Mm-hmm.
So I got reconnected through them with YE, BJ, and 4. So that's how that started. 4 and Flow his family. So, and then I hit up J4 because I didn't know where he was steadied at with his music. So
Yeah.
and he was right for it, bro. Right, and then that's how it started from 5 to 10 of us. Because then I took on Zay too, and then now I got SD. Like everybody's seeing the motion,
Yeah.
and you know we're trying to bring a different wave to the city and for the city. So we have a lot of things we have planned, like as in give backs. Like we want to give a giveaway to the kids at San Pedro High School. We're still trying to figure out a way of doing that and a way of getting it all together. We have a show next Thursday. Go buy a ticket for Isaac, BJ and SD, Rojo. Bro, screenshot it, post it. We're giving away $100 in a free hoodie. We've been posting that since the last show. People bought tickets, but they did not do what was posted. So therefore, we're running it back, and nobody's still doing it. So they don't take advantage of that. With nothing we can really do.
Yeah.
But we're trying to do a giveaway that it does really include buying shit like for the kids at San Pedro High School. BJ has a song for my team. I think it's for my team. Let me make sure I don't want to give you a bad intel on that end. That wouldn't be the good manager in me. Balling with my team. So
Okay.
we're gonna try to get a video shot there with them. Hopefully we can get that done with the basketball and football team. You know, it's kind of hard to get kids to do something for free on their spare time. So I mean, but we want to do a giveaway there. BJ just went back and played in the alumni game last weekend. He had no. Fuck no.
I just seen that, man. I seen a couple of my buddies was playing. I think Chef was playing too, right?
Yeah.
Chef was playing, and my homie McGeezy was playing.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Sorry, that new gym's bad as fuck, but I played in the first one in there. Could not fucking breathe. It was worse than fucking Bogdanovich when it gets hot. I was like, had to run out the back door and get a fresh air. Coach Herrera was like, "You good? No, fat. I'm good. I'm done. Time out. Go ahead, shooter. Get your ass in there."
Man.
But yeah, we want to do a lot more to give back to the city. We've done toy drives. We've done our next big thing that we want to do is throw a concert. So, but that's the same thing as trying to look at places that it's gonna be well enough venue that we ain't got to worry about shit, because you know shit gets tricky out here regardless. So you know you got to plan for that just in case.
Yeah, that's somewhere. It's just like maybe try to get them on Music by the Sea or something. You know.
Well, we did try, but Music by the Sea, they don't
want no hip hop artists.
Yeah, you can tell.
Sounds
bro.
about right. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get on one of the other ones that they have, maybe Stars and Stripes, get them in there. But again, with BJ and Isaac, BJ has beats that are more lowrider dominant too, and so does Isaac. They have some throwback oldies like samples that they've done.
Yeah.
Get at me, you know. So he can eat off that because they do love him and his family. Like they all pop out. Like
so you would say his direction is probably towards like the Chicano like rap side?
No, not necessarily, but he can, because he has music for it.
Yeah.
So he's that's why I say his versatility is really good, because he can go. Yeah, exactly. And being born and raised into music, bro, like he was feeding it in his ear, bro. There's pictures of him in the studio with his pops, like with the headphones on, and his dad's at the beat maker. Like, you know, he's had the ear for music, and he does. Like, he can come inside the studio. Like, we have a song coming out. Well, I have a song that I did called Gratitude, that was for pretty much just saying thank you to my team, chasing a dream, and then saying thank you to the Queen. And basically, he helped me put together parts of it with my voice and everything because he could hear it, and the way he helps like Isaac and the way he helps everybody, like he's musically, his mind is he can get it done on his own.
He's musically inclined for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and his ideas for visuals are beyond like next level cinematic shit. Like he wants to do that
Yeah,
poetry type shit.
yeah,
So, you know, it's going there. We got a lot of shit coming, especially with Aldo. Shout out Aldo. That's he's chasing the dream all the fucking way every time.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know, we got to work at everything. He is the ticket though. I will say that. But I think that's what makes everybody drive as a team. Like people want to be solo artists and that's cool, but when you part of like a, and when it's not I tell everybody all the time, like it's not a group, bro.
yeah,
Like they dropped a tape together and they're not like, not all of them. BJ's on there, like BJ's on there a lot.
yeah,
But he's on features with them, like, but then he has one with Psycho and Mr. 147.
yeah,
Rojo has one with Sin Loaf and Baby Bounce. Like Big
Yeah.
Banks are on there by themselves. Till It's Up. Isaac and Medici 310. Like he found him off fucking TikTok, and he's from Carson.
yeah.
And that
yeah.
motherfucker sounds like that motherfucker sounds better than Don Tolliver on Don Tolliver's song. So it's crazy, bro. But
Yeah, he's dope.
like they and them performing together last Thursday was amazing, bro. Like they did their shit. Especially SD and Groove BJ, they set the tone right off the gate. So that's why we ended up being headliners for this one. They seen what it was.
Yeah, I definitely want to pull up on one.
Yeah, you might
One
have to
that's
come
a
with me this
little,
one, but
a little more age appropriate for me.
oh no, bro, it was older people, but it was, you know.
Nah, but I'm me, I'm gonna pop in for the show and then get on.
Oh no, that's what that's what we tried to do, but you know.
So we gonna end it with this. What's your goal? What is it that you feel like, okay, we're here now? Your plateau when it comes to chasing a dream. Like where do you want it to be?
I want every one of these. Okay, again, I'm not gonna call them kids. I'm not gonna call them boys. I want every one of these grown men that has brought me all this. And again, I can't be more thankful for every last one of them, because shout out to Big Bang Zay. Like me and him have fucking hilarious conversations when there's days I need him most, and that motherfucker calls and it'll change everything. Change my whole perspective. And, you know, same thing with BJ, Isaac, Aldo, fucking J-Cap. When he calls me, it's just always the Bang Bang Niner gang, dumb shit. Fucking asshole. And then, no, Rojo comes in here so, you see him every time. He comes in here so quiet, so humble, like, and every last one of them, bro, like, I just hope that I can get them all signed and paid to a point that this is what they're doing and they don't have to look at, I want to be in the streets. Same thing with Flo Beezy, SD. Like that's what this has always been about, bro. Like when I started Dash Talk podcast and started doing interviews, that was for the artists that don't get the everyday, like, look, don't get the everyday chance of being on a podcast or being interviewed. Like I still have people to this day when I walk up to them, like, hey man, like hit me up for an interview, like, and they ask like, how much do you charge? I don't charge shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like this is for underground artists to get a look. Even if don't get it fucking 1 million views or 1,000 views or nothing like that. Like, bro, if you're able to put this content up and people can see you and hear your voice and find out who you are, other side of what you're putting on a speaker, like, I'm here for it. And, you know, I slacked off the last year or like half a year. Bro, been sick, you know, kids shit, family shit. We had people passing away left and right for both of us, everything. Like, it seemed like towards the end of the year, like it wasn't meant for us to be behind this camera because you weren't gonna get the best end of us. But you know, and then the music shit, it's popping off, bro. Like as I
Yeah,
said,
you've
like
been busy.
everything's been busy. Like, but I hope that I can get every one of them to not have to look back at the streets and get their families out the hood, get everything that they ever dreamed of, even if they don't get signed, but they start getting paid for their music and what they love to do. Or even, if this is just a plateau for them to do the next big thing in their life, say with Isaac wants to be a nurse. If this helps him get his mind right to be a nurse, then fuck it, by all means, bro, go get that bag. But I want to see everybody thrive to be great. Just like my mom, my grandma, and my mom want me to do. My dad, like, this is for my family, my girl, my kids, my mom, my dad, and those boys, your son. So we have shit that people can look back on and be like, damn, they really did try to help the community as much as we could. Like,
Yeah.
and that's what I hate the most about doing this kind of stuff is, as much as I've gave back to people in this community, like whether it's a clothing brand, whether it's a store, whether it's a artist and this and that, like, you start to realize after a while that, yeah, they love you for a minute, but they really don't fuck with you. So that's when I've gotten on my tip that I'm just worried about chasing the dream, dash talk, and who's inside these building and these walls. I don't talk to nobody else. I don't run with nobody else. I don't see nobody else. If you see me, you're probably gonna see me with Ray or Manloke, maybe one of the guys from the label. But other than that, bro, like I'll be in the house. I'll be inside these big ass walls, man. But
Gotta stay locked in, man.
yeah, and
you gotta stay locked in.
2026, all I hope is again,
Mhm.
I get some of these men signed, get them a bag, get them what the fuck they need, so they can get the fuck out the hood. Because we do not, as men. I love Pedro and I love Pedro to death. I always know where I came from, but I'll tell you right now, you give me a bag, I'm getting the fuck out this bitch. Because ain't nobody love you, and it is what it is. Like, I love the city. It raised me, and it gave me strong blood, strong mind, strong heart. And once a pirate, always a pirate, because shit, nigga, once you've been in those walls and you know what it is to be from Pedro, you know what a pirate means. Like, we all move different as people from Pedro. And I think that's why when we go into cities like Wilmington, Carson, and people see you, I've gotten asked like, "Oh yeah, you from Pedro, huh?" Yep, yep. Because you act like it. But hey, man, this is what we're supposed to be. We're men that are trying to build grown men out of our own kids and still do everything we can to work to the next day. So, I mean, 2026, y'all motherfuckers better be ready, because that's talk. We gonna get to the fucking 100th show, and we gonna do that somewhere. We gonna get more Wake and Base. We gonna get back to 2.5 Men. We gonna get Chasing the Dream Records going up to the motherfucking ceiling. And until then, eat a dick. Love you niggas.
Shout out Chasing
And then,
the Dream.
I fucking love you, Manlo. Thank you for doing this.
And Chasing the Dream CEO. Nah, I appreciate you. Chasing the Dream CEO. Shout out to Chasing the Dream and everybody
shout out
that's
Rambo and the JUCO. You know I had to wear that for you, brother. Yeah.
Shout out the homie too.
You feel me? But you know the deal. Chasing the Dream. That's talk. We'll see you guys, motherfucker.